Hello, I'm Alexis.
And I'm Cheryl. And since November is National Epilepsy Awareness Month, we wanted to bring awareness and share some of our story.
So, here is some seizure first aid. Do I call 911? Seizures do not usually require emergency medical attention. Only call 911 if one or more of these are true. The person never had a seizure. The person has difficulty breathing or walking after a seizure. The seizure lasts longer than 5 minutes. The person has another seizure soon after the first one. The person is hurt during the seizure. The seizure happens in water. The person has a health condition such as diabetes, heart disease, or is pregnant. The general steps to help someone who is having a seizure: stay with the person until the seizure ends and he or she is fully awake. After it ends, help the person sit in a safe place. Once they are alert and able to communicate, tell them what happened in simple terms. Comfort the person and speak calmly. Check to see if the person is wearing a medical bracelet or other medical information. Keep yourself calm and others calm as well. Offer assistance in getting home safely. Never do the following things. Do not hold the person down. No. Or try to stop his or her movements. Do not put anything in the person's mouth. This can injure teeth or the jaw. A person can also swallow their tongue.
They cannot swallow their tongue.
What she said? Do not try to give mouth-to-mouth CPR. People usually start breathing again on their own. Do not offer the person food or water until they are fully alert.
So yes, those tips actually came from the Center for Disease Control. We also have some common myths and misconceptions about epilepsy. The first one is you can swallow your tongue during a seizure. That is not physically possible. You should force something into the mouth of someone having a seizure. Absolutely not. You should restrain someone having a seizure. No. If they're standing, you do want to try to get them down so that they don't fall and hurt themselves. Epilepsy is contagious. It is not contagious. Only kids get epilepsy. That is definitely not true. People with epilepsy are disabled. That is definitely not true as well. People with epilepsy shouldn't be in jobs of responsibilities and stress. That is definitely not true as well. Most people may have it, but you may not know. Epilepsy is rare and there aren't many people who have it. That's not true as well. You can't die from epilepsy. Unfortunately, that's not true either. People with epilepsy are physically limited in what they can do. It's not true. These myths actually came from the children.com health information. And one more last tidbit that I would like to share about epilepsy is each year it's about $160 million spent on just research alone. So if you ever decide that you want to be a part of that, you can always donate. You can reach out to me. I'll tell you who I choose to donate to, but any epilepsy foundation would be great. So now, Alexis, I have a question for you. What is it about your story that you would like people to know?
I would like people to know that, one, epilepsy is definitely not contagious. Two, everybody, a lot of people, for most people that have epilepsy, they might not look like it. They may look just like me, like I don't look like I have it, but you know. Number 3, learn how to not judge a book by its cover. Let's just say that. And just, embrace people for who they are, whether they have epilepsy, whether they're ADHD, whether they have autism. Just love people, because you never really know what they're going through. And, just make sure you love people and respect people, and just have a good heart and compassion for others. And I really appreciate every last one of you guys for tuning into these videos. Even though I was definitely nervous, I didn't really, I was nervous. And I appreciate all of you guys' likes, comments, subscribing to our channel. Stay tuned for next year. It's going to be more to come. And I love you.
Yes. Also, I would like to share, I guess just mainly one thing. There were several questions, but the main question that people asked after the last video, well, probably the main thing was, people was like, I had no idea you all were going through that, or you went through that. So that's just God's grace. Yes. But the question that people asked was, is she on medicine now? And if so, how are her seizures controlled? Well, we are so happy to say Alexis takes no medication. She's not been on medicine for a long time. And no, she does not have the vagal nerve stimulator anymore. Her body just rejected it. And we just are thankful. We're Christians, so we believe that God has healed Alexis. So, yes. To answer that question, she's just blessed to not have any of that and have not had seizures for a while. So, with that being said, as she said, stay tuned for next year. She has a lot of things lined up, and we do appreciate you all hearing a little of our story. You'll hear more from me. Mine will be in a definitely different format. It's so much that we went through. We just wanted to give somebody hope, to know that things can turn out well in the end. And one thing I did want Alexis to mention was how challenging it was for her to learn. She didn't talk about that, but that's fine. It was quite challenging, but what we had to do was learn her way of learning and teach her her way. So Alexis's seizures, they can affect different parts of your brain. And her part of her brain that was affected was her short-term memory. So that meant that if you tell her something, she may not remember it. But what we had to learn to do was tell her several times to push it into that long-term memory. And once it's in that long-term memory, you're not going to forget it. So with that being said, Yes, school was very, very challenging, but I want to say that it was hard, and there was sometimes I would be like, you know what? If you have to repeat this grade, that's fine. It's okay. Life is gonna go on and different things. But she was so determined. That's why I love her page, which is called Determined to Win. She was so determined to not do those things. I will say that she graduated on time. She never had to skip a grade, and she actually is getting ready to graduate December from a technical college, but with 2 degrees. And she went to college. She needed a break. She took a break and she went back. So whatever you have to do, however you have to do it, I always told her, your journey is your journey. She puts too much pressure on herself sometimes, but she did it. So again, thank you all so much. Any questions, you can definitely inbox. I can tell you what we did medically. I can tell you how we did things, but I will tell you this. Most of all, we prayed. We prayed, we trusted God, and we believed God. So thank you for tuning in.
Comment and subscribe down below. Thank you. Love you.